Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss the machine coding round of uh, LLD topic. And so the topic of the today's will be logging library, uh, which will be a replica of log4j. So most of you must be knowing this log4j as in a company we day to day we use our systems and we also store logs in somewhere and show logs as well. So we use log4j for that. So we are trying to do LLD. We are basically doing replica of that log4j and let's see what it does. So the problem statement is like that we have to perform or we have to show the LLD program of log4j replica. So as we know, we have in the log we have log info, log debug, log warn, log error, and fatals. So like that we have a number of logs, right? Uh, Log levels we have. And we need to provide the logging as a asynchronous, not asynchronous. Why? Because you know that might be we are using some of the values which is like returning some promise or needs to be a future value. It's taking future value. So for that, we should have a synchronous, and somewhere we can have a singleton, and we should also avoid. We should take care of a multi-threading as well. So all of these taking in care, let's try to deep down and we'll discuss in more details. So I'll first make a log level. So this log level is nothing but just a enum. So it will contain a public void log level, and it will just return something like all of the values. It's just uh, info, debug, error, and what we have are warn and fatal, right? So we will try to not enum void. It should be enum. Okay. So yeah. After this, we can have one more class which will like logger class. It will take care of all the logging functionality. So quickly, let's have this, or we can take in logger class. What we should have? We should have log level. We should have a name, and we should also have appenders. Why appenders? Because as you know, like we can have different loggers. Either we can show logs on console, or we can show or store logs in files. So we should have appenders, which will take care of both. And if we are introducing appenders, then we should also have observer, which needs to notify others, right? So let's quickly initialize this variable. So private string name, private not the string, it will be log level we know because of what we want. And now we want appenders, right? So I should take a list, right? So let's take a list because we are taking appenders, right? So list. I've not initialized appenders. So in that case, I'll take appender for now. It was just a simple array list, nothing much. Okay, we can have a constructor here. Constructor will take argument as name label as and appender also, right? Or we should not have, we should have separate function for appenders. Let's add that. So this dot name is equal to name. This dot label is equal to label. Okay, okay for now. Now I should have couple of methods. Uh, to be specific, we can have log, we can have debug and all. So let's do one thing. Let's have first log. So log will take care of nothing much, but it will try to print or add log function to different appenders. So let's quickly have this uh, public void. It will return nothing, but just it will do logging part. Then we have should have log because obviously we should have log level. As we don't know which level we want, so it needs to tell this thing, this method that I want this particular log level. Then we'll go for that only. And a message, which message you want to. So if level dot original is greater than equal to this dot level dot, oh sorry, not original, ordinal. So if that is so, then we will append and appenders. Dot append, and in doing so, we should have a for loop, right? For each for append we should have do this appender fall apart appender. So here we can have appender dot append, and we'll pass the message format message label message. Good. Public. Now we will apply all the other logging wall of them. Uh, let's have debug. In debug will take nothing but a string itself. Okay, and we'll just call log dot uh, not dot, just I'll call this method. I'll just call this method here. So I'll just pass log dot log inside which we'll give the log level dot debug and message. As simple as that. Okay, and we'll try to do this for all. So we have debug, we have info. So let's do this for info as well. We have error, warn and fatal. Fatal. Okay. We should also have method for the format message because we have introduced that, so we should have that. And also we should have append dot this add appender will have method also because how we will append this inside this appender. I think we have not used it till now. We have not used it. But we'll do it later. But we'll take this as a here. Private. It will return a string obviously. What is this message? Format message. Format message, and it'll take a log label string. So it will do nothing. It will just format the string part. So I'll tell you what it will do. Return string dot format. And now what I'll do here I'll take nothing but just this little bit of things. I'll just format the things uh, so that it looks good, readable, right? So nothing much I'm doing it here. So another leftover value. So it will take as a huge util.date, or we can just have this imported from here. So no issue, but both are fine. Label then thread dot current that will return the thread current thread. And oh sorry, get name now. We will return the name of that particular thread. And after that, lastly, we should have message. So now it will become some more readable format, right? So that's why we introduced this. Lastly, we should have a add appender because like here we have introduced an appender array list, but we should have a method which will should append or should add this appenders inside this appender. So let's quickly have this, and this will make as public because I need other methods to also use this, right? So wide add appender. It will do nothing but appender dot append or add. I'm just using add a list now, and it will take appender. Nothing, just simple function. Okay, we have used appender here, as you can see here, but I have not made any class for that. So let's quickly have that class appender.java. And inside this class, I'll try to make this. I want the other function. I'll try to make an interface because I want other class to implement this appenders. So let's make this interface. Inside which I'll just have one function which will append, nothing much. Because the work of this class is just append, nothing much. All other functionality will have a different class will have different functionality. For appenders, I'll just take append, nothing. Okay, cool. So that is good. Okay. Since we are talking about appenders, we should take care of console appender also, right? And console appenders, we have a file appender also. So we should take care of both. So let's quickly have a console appender. And here what we'll do, But here what we do now, we'll just override this appender wala thing, not append. So let's override this. Okay, it return nothing but append message, and it will just print the thing. So it will just return print message, nothing much. Now let's quickly have the file appender also. Private file. Since we need to write in the file, so that's why I need to have a writer for that, right? And let's have this quickly. Public file appender. We will take the string message. Okay, which will throw. What will throw? It should throw IO exception. Throw IO exception. Exception. Okay, this dot writer is equal to new file writer. So inside this file writer, I will need to pass a path, file path, or so in that case, I need to have path here. Now we need to override appender. Try because we need to have that because we are using writer in the file, so that's why we should have try writer. So anyways, writer dot write message slash and to change the line, and we'll just flush the writer. Nothing much. Catch inside the catch. E dot print stack trace. So we have completed till now. Let's quickly have a log manager and we'll try to finish this particular thing. So log manager will take care of your synchronous class that to initialize the log while thing. So it will take care of your public manager, private static instance. Now this log manager should contains loggers. So mm, ठीक. Okay, now we should have one constructor in order to make it singleton. That's why we are taking private constructor. Yeah. Okay, let's initialize this logger instance. Get instance. And you must be knowing till now you must be knowing that why I have to use this. Obviously, for to make a singleton class, thread safe. That's why. If it is null, then I'm going to initialize the instance. Forget about the spelling, bro, because I'm not taking care of the spelling. It's just that you should focus on more intuitive logic part, not the spelling. Okay, got it. Now, since we have initialized this logger, we should also take care of the loggers here. I mean, uh, the thing is, we have this loggers, fine, but we need to get the loggers. So instead is for that, we should have one more function which will help us to get the logger, and it will return nothing much but just a logger. I'll show you here how it will come returning. Competitive absent. If it is not absent, it will return the same name. Key will be nothing much. It will just return the new loggers with the name, same name, if it's not absent, and log level will be info. I'll show you from here. So it is basically returning this logger. Where logger? I'll show you this logger, this one. So it is initializing this constructor and returning from here. So from there we are getting this loggers, and from when we get this logger, we are basically getting this one, this logger, this class. And when we get this class, then we are getting all of the other methods inside this class, right? So log manager is handling all of these things. Now we have this. We should directly have one factory to create logger. Sorry, create logger is taking care of log manager to create appender. So because we need to have appenders. Appender we basically have two of type of appender file and console. So we quickly have appender factory. Object static appender, create appender. Appender pick. So I'm not making config wala thing. I wanted you people to it's your homework basically to create a appender config class. It is very basic. It is very basic. By the taking care of this logic thing here, which I'm writing it now, you will be easily write the appender config. So you should do some part as well, not just watch this video. So I'll leave it on you. Switch. So for case we have two case console appender, and if that is so, then we'll just return new console. Okay, cool. And if case is different, I mean the case is file, then in that case we should return with try and catch, because you know that why I'm doing this, because I'm working with a file. So in file we have exceptions. So we need to take care of that as well. Config again, I'm leaving it to you. Get instance. Okay, okay. Let's take a default case as well. For default, I'll return true. What is the spelling of true? THROW, right? So new illegal illegal argument exception, something like that. So leave it to this thing and something unknown. Okay, fine. Unknown with you complete this thing. I'm not going to do that. Now we have this appenders as well. Now we can have one main class that will be the final class. So we should have one main class. Public static void main string args. String args will take as a array. Okay. Then we have a log manager. Log manager will have log dot get instance. Okay. Once we get an instance, we should initialize logger as well. How to initialize logger? So to initialize logger, as we have seen here, we need to get, where is that? Inside the manager itself. Yeah. So we need to get a logger. This needs to be called. Cool. We got a manager. Now we can add basically appenders. So logger, what append? It should add appender. No? But it will append. It will append console. Okay. And I should also append the file. Okay. In catch. Good. Now we'll call two things. Logger.info. This is info. Logger.error. This is error. So I'll tell you what happens. In the main class, we first initialize the logger. So if you go to here, initializing the logger from here, we get instance. Once we get instance, we are calling the logger.getLogger by passing some string. So if we go here and passing the string, we got logger. If you go in the logger other things, it will initialize this logger. And once we initialize this logger, so I'm returning nothing but the object of this class. So this logger contains the object of this class, right? Now we know this object with class contains the add logger. If you see here, we have add appender. Sorry. So if we will append the two things. First, we'll append the console appender and then file appender. We have console appender here. We have file appender here. And once we get appended, we are calling logger.info or logger.error. So if you go to the logger class, here is logger.info. And in logger.info, we are giving the message and calling these particular methods. So this calling this method inside which we are passing the info level and message. So since we have the info message, it will append basically in all the appenders, whatever the appenders we get till now. Currently, we have two appenders, this appenders and this appender. So it will log for both appender. It taking the for loop, and for each appender, it will appending that particular form message. So you see if appender dot append. So if you go for the appender dot append, where is that appender dot append? Ah, sorry. Appender, yes, appender and append. So for each appender, I have different appender. So if you take the appender of console, it will call this method. For appender dot append for the file, it will call this and write the message in the files. So this happens, and for both for error. So I hope you enjoyed a lag and got something view on this particular topic. And see you next time.